Hello you guys, welcome back to the One in a Million channel. This is Eunice Chan coming to you here with a brand new video, and I'm really excited because today we will be talking about how to be interested in other people. So all the time in my coaching calls with my clients, and I want to shed some light on this because oftentimes when we talk about how to have an engaging conversation and how to make deeper connections with people, the topic around being more interested in others and being more curious and asking better questions always come up. It always comes back to you've got to have that genuine interest for others. You've got to want to connect with others. And so today we will be talking about how do we develop that genuine interest so that we want to reach out to other people. We want to take that step forward. One of the things that I've encountered even when I was learning to be more sociable, or when I was learning to connect better with others, is that as much as I tried to ask better questions, and as much as I tried to ask more engaging questions, to have a deep conversation, or to ask more meaningful questions, it always just went in circles. Like my mind was thinking about maybe ask about this person's work, ask about this person's life, ask about what they like to do on the weekends. You know, it was always around these topics, and I couldn't break out of that cycle or that pattern of, oh, what could I ask? What could I get to know about this person? And I found out that it really wasn't about asking better questions. It wasn't about coming up with more meaningful questions. It wasn't even about the quality of the question itself. So if you think that it's about your ability to ask questions or to ask quality questions, I want to relieve you from that responsibility and from all the hard work of trying to ask better questions, or even pulling your hair out trying to come up with better quality questions, because that is not where the magical and amazing and deep connected conversation happens. That's not how it happens. I realized that when we are focusing on the quality of the questions, what we're really missing out on, what we're really overlooking on, is actually realizing that we don't have a deeper curiosity for people. And that's where I discovered the foundation of the problem. It's in the fact that maybe we didn't actually have that much curiosity of people in the first place. Maybe we didn't care to know about their story, about where they came from, about what made them the person that they are, why they dyed their hair, why they bleached their hair in the first place, or why they are pursuing a master's degree, why they moved countries like 3 times in the last several years, why they adopted like 5 pets, for example. And a lot of times when we practice keen listening to other people, and we're like, okay, that's interesting. It's interesting that you did this with your life. It's interesting that you made that career move. It's interesting that you moved cities. It's all very interesting. And we just kind of stop there. We stop there because we assume that just knowing this information about this person is all we'll ever know, is all that really matters. And what I've discovered is that there's so much more depth, there's so much more reasoning, there's so much more intention and emotions that go behind that person making that decision. And when we are able to look beyond the surface level, and when we go beyond the information and the actions of what they did, or what the event of what happened on the weekend, and we go a little deeper, we see that person for the person that they are. We see them for their sentiment. We see them for their emotion. We see them for their drive and all the elements that took place into them making the decisions that made them the person that they are. We will have this very natural curiosity that develops just from purely not assuming that we know everything about the person. We will have this urge to want to find out, wow, this is so interesting. Tell me more. Tell me more about this move you made. Tell me more why you really quit your job. Tell me more about why you work so hard, why you stay all these late hours. Is it really just about the money? It's something else that makes you want to pursue this. And what I found is that when we stop assuming that the answer that the person gave us is the final statement, and when we discover more, we will find that this person is made up of so much more substance, of so much more intriguing facts about themselves that prompt us to want to find out more. And that is where we find the resonance. That is where we meet them at their soul core level. A lot of times when we stop at the level of just the information or the event or what they did or how they did it or where they went or who they're with, we stop at the information level and we don't go deeper. That's when we think that that's all there is to this person. I think one of the reasons this happens is because for some of us who have been brought up in environments where people don't really inquire who we are deeper, people don't identify us, they don't get to know us for who we are, for how we feel, or for how we think. We don't know what it's like to explore a little further. We learn that this is how we identify ourselves and this is how we identify other people, is by where I went, what I did, what I think, where I went to school, what I do for work, what I did on the weekend, what I did during the week, what I did starting from the morning, and that's it. And if that's all we've been taught, how to identify ourselves, then we don't know what it's like to have genuine curiosity for another human being, because we've never been taught like people would be curious about inner substance. And so a lot of times the inner monologue and the inner thoughts just kind of stop there. So I want to challenge you, if you want to be more present with another person the next time you're, connecting with them, you're having a conversation, I want you to just tune in with all of your senses. I want you to fully dedicate yourself to the moment and just give yourself to listening attentively to the person. This is not just a practice. It's not just an exercise. It's really time for you to see the other human being as a really interesting, intriguing, fascinating human being that makes you want to be there, that makes you want to spend the moment and the minutes and the seconds with them to find out who they are, what they're made of, why they're here, why you are here together with this person in this intersection of time. They could be anywhere doing something else, but they chose here to spend this time, this moment, to be here with you. And so it's so interesting when we see complex human beings instead of just mechanical machines that go about their day kind of like humanoid robots, just kind of go about their routine, doing things and executing tasks. We give ourselves the opportunity to see them as fascinating, complex beings that make thousands of mini micro decisions every day. And there's a reasoning, there's an emotion, there's a purpose behind those decisions. If you think about yourself making thousands of micro decisions a day and you realize that, you recognize the amount of intention that goes behind how you live out every single day, you're going to realize that you're a really complex being. And when you realize that you are a really complex being, it can help you see other people as complex beings too. And that allows you to drop the labels, drop the simplistic view of, this person is this title, this person have 2 daughters, this person does this job, this person has this schedule, this person went to this school, this person knows such and such. It's like you get to see them for being real flesh and bone. You get to see them as a collection of many woven memories and stories sort of intertwined together that made them the person that they are today. And so I want you guys to drop racking your brain for trying to come up with better questions, to try to come up with more intelligent questions, to try to stop impressing people with powerful questions and just go back to the basics. Care about the person. Be truly curious and fascinated for who they are, because no human being is made the same. And when we can stop assuming that, when we can stop assuming that we already know everything about the person and all that there is to know about the person just by their job title or what they do or where they went to school, and we go a little further, we investigate a little more, we see the person, we look into their eyes and see their soul, we'll realize how rich their world and their universe is. So that is my message for you today. This truly has changed my life. This has changed the way that I communicate and connect with people. I don't even have to try to connect. I don't have to try to build the connection, because the connection is built the moment that curiosity just drives me and pulls me forward. So I really hope that this message helps you, and I hope that you can find this deep connection with all the relationships around you as well. So let me know what you think about this video. I am so happy to have you guys on my channel. Say hi to me, and I would so love to hear from you guys. I love you, and until the next time, take care, and I'll see you on the next video.